Hey parents, I want to just give you a quick update on how the schedule is going to go for DNow week, specifically for the weekend, but I'm giving it to you for the week so that you can be in preparation for this coming weekend. I pray that your student is excited, and I just want you just to continue praying for this week that the Lord would get glory through DNow weekend. It's a great weekend for our students to have fellowship, but it's also a great weekend for our leaders to have fellowship as we serve your students and therefore help serve you as well as we're trying to help your students grow in their faith, and then for maybe some of them come to faith in Christ for the first time. So um, DNow is not the most important event, but it is a great milestone slash mountaintop event that is very helpful in a lot of ways of propelling us forward to get us energized and to continue persevering into the summer, which really we're going to spring, but then into summer. So it'd be pretty awesome. So what I want to do is I want to go over the schedule with you. Your student will check in at 5 o'clock. So you want to make sure that they're there at 5, between 5 and 6 o'clock. They will arrive in that back door that's closest to the field behind the point or to the side of the point. You'll see a flag that'll have a welcome flag with the student logo on it. That's the entrance they will enter. And so there'll be signs that will show you and point you in that direction. So from 5 to 6, that's check-in. They'll check in. They'll get a book schedule like this. They will get a T-shirt, and they will get assigned their team color and their small group. So they're going to do that. Then at 6 o'clock, and I think I mentioned this already, they will have pizza provided for them for Friday night. In addition, after that, they will go to evening worship, then small group, and then we will travel to Stars and Strikes with adult leaders. And so if your student is planning to drive, they need to make sure that that they're only driving alone unless it's with a sibling, and we have permission from you, knowing that they have the ability to do that. So we want to make sure that that is clear as well, because we don't want any undue stress or anything bad to happen, heaven forbid, during the weekend. We want to make sure our students are safe. And then you will pick up your student from Stars and Strikes in Irmo, the bowling alley, at 10:30 at night, because we'll have an hour and a half of bowling and fun for that night. Then the next day, they will plan to arrive at 8:30 a.m., and then at 8:45 we'll start our morning worship service. And then really from there on out, it's kind of pretty much set in stone that we'll be pretty much close to campus most of the time. The only time we may be a little off campus is through our ministry projects. So some of them that might be delivering welcome bags, weed care items, whatever that may be. They may travel around a little bit with leaders in cars from like 3 to 5 o'clock. I doubt it's going to take that long because our missions projects are not very long this year. But it will give them a little something to do, and then they'll have a bunch of free time that or a little bit of free time that afternoon before dinner. Your student will need to make sure they have tennis shoes and active wear that is good for whatever the temperature is outside. So if it's cold, make sure they got sweatpants, sweatshirt, hoodie, whatever, and a jacket, because we will be doing some outdoor activities with a team building company that's coming in to help us do some fun activities outside. And I'm looking forward to them coming to help us with that. That'll be from 12 o'clock to 2 p.m. when they'll do that team building activity. But other than that, they'll have 2 worship sessions that day. The preachers for the weekend are very own people here that preach very well and teach on a weekly basis. DJ Flynn's going to be teaching Friday night. Saturday morning will be Troy Handlin, and then Saturday night will be Doug Collier. And then I will be teaching a little bit on Sunday morning during the Sunday school hour, and then Michael is teaching one of the parts of the armor of God for Sunday morning for 8:30 and 11 o'clock services. Another thing, just a reminder, is our theme is armed. It's called Armed, Stand Firm in the Lord. And so we're going to be talking about the armor of God, why it is something that has been provided for us, but we actually have to put it on. And so that's going to be a really good thing, is to talk to students about how we should put on the armor of God in standing firm, while putting on that armor, standing firm in God's power and His might, because He's the one that provides it for us. He's the one that strengthens us. But then also knowing that also causes us, in the sense that God does the work in us so that we can be active in our faith. And so that's something we're going to talk about, this whole concept of putting on what's already been provided for you. And so that'll be a really good time for us to discuss that. And then just to finish it all out, Sunday morning, we will serve breakfast at 9:30 a.m. By the way, all of our meals are covered by people from Sunday school classes that have taken time to cook and plan, except for the Friday night pizza thing, of course. So I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful for their time and effort in this. Make sure that your students wear their DNow t-shirt on Sunday morning so they can get a group picture. But we'll have breakfast that morning, 9:45 a.m. Our normal Sunday school hour will be a morning breakout, which I will teach. And then, of course, small groups, and then morning worship at 11 a.m. And that's it. That's DNow weekend. That's kind of a little bit in a wrap. If you have any questions, you can email me, kyle@chapinbaptist.com, or in case of emergency, you can call me or call my wife, Kaylee. If you want that information, please don't hesitate to email me, kyle@chapinbaptist.com. Other than that, I think that's about it. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Again, be praying for our preachers, our small group leaders that are going to be leading for the weekend. Pray for our safety. And then most important, pray that your students would feel armed for the battle that has already been won in Jesus Christ, and that they would continue to defend themselves against the attacks of the evil one with the armor of God. So that's what we're going to talk about, and that's what I'm excited about for DNow 2025.